Tell me about your grandfather.
Grandpa Custoff was an absolutely beautiful man. Tall, handsome, good looking, really good looking. He came from Russia,
Mm-hmm.
although his uh, naturalization papers say he came from Polish Russia. I don't know what that means, but I guess it was, in those days. Talked about the Ukraine a lot. I thought maybe he came from the Ukraine, but it doesn't matter. Came from a very wealthy family. His father was an attorney. They were very wealthy. I have a picture of his mother where she looks regal.
Mm-hmm.
She's standing and holding her, standing with an umbrella that she's leaning on. Very regal looking. And Grandpa told me they had butlers and footmen. And what a footman was he stood behind them when they ate. And as soon as they finished eating, he took the plate away and they brought out the next course. But every time they ate, they had someone standing behind them waiting to take the plate away. So, okay, so that was Grandpa's real wealth. Real wealth. And then, when he was old enough to go to school, to go to college, he got accepted into Moscow University. And the only way he could go, because they were Jews, is if his father paid for a non-Jew to go to college, paid the tuition. So he did. Didn't mean anything to him, that amount of money. But then Grandpa got involved in politics. And I guess it was the early 1900s. This was well before the Communist Revolution, but there was still uprisings.
Anti-czarist feelings.
Yeah, and he marched in one of the parades and got arrested and went to jail. His father came and brought him out of jail. Just paid off everybody and got him out. And told him he was an embarrassment to them and he could cause trouble for them and he had to get the hell out of there. So he had his choice of going to South Africa, where his uncle had diamond mines, or going to the United States, where he really didn't know anybody. And he said he didn't want to bother with the family at all. He'd go to the United States. And that's what he did do. And that's where he met Grandma. Grandma was going to a party that she was invited to on the Lower East Side. Grandpa had a job as a conductor on a bus or a trolley car. There were no buses then. It was a trolley car.
What year was this?
Very, very early 1900s. 1912, 1913, somewhere in there. Like just a little over 100 years ago. And Grandma went to the...
Stop.